Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our lower bracket round 12. This will decide who moves on to the lower bracket quarter-finals and who will be eliminated and have to play in Season 1, which is approaching rapidly. At the time we're recording, it is about 15 days away, give or take. And by the time this video goes up, God, it's going to be like a week. Getting so close here. We're going to see Magic and Hawkeye taken out in this lower bracket round 12 game. We have AFBS versus Coldharbour. Let's talk about the journey these teams took to get here. AFBS coming from the lower bracket. They took out Corsairs in a 3-0 and then got a bye over Franchise to make it to here. Coldharbour, they also got a bye over Champs and then took out Avenger Watch in a 3-2. An intense series that was. Now it's time to decide who will continue on in this bracket. Iron Man removed here as we already have that protection onto the Incredible Hulk. Very sensible here. And Hela is going to get protected. This is going to give them a little bit more of the long-range poke. A little bit of a hit scan. The ability to try and target down anyone that they need to. And it's going to be Cloak and Dagger who gets removed. That is a rare ban, actually. Interesting to see that taken out. Before we head into the match, by the way, a quick reminder that if you are planning on playing in Season 1 and you are a watcher of my videos, then please consider leaving a comment saying what your team name is and what region you're playing in, because when the open qualifiers come around, I want to try and commentate as many of my viewer games as possible. So you jumping in would be incredibly appreciated by letting me know. So, let's see what we have going on here. On the left-hand side, we have AFBS with Zerk playing the Lunar Snow. Sia-chan is playing Mantis. Abduck will be on the Doctor Strange. Urameshi is playing the Incredible Hulk. Bladyfan is going to be playing the Hela. And Spiverson. This is why we're seeing this magic ban. It's going to be on the Psylocke. And on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, it will be Coldharbour. With U9 playing Doctor Strange, Divine Diff on the Hela. A terrifying prospect. Comrade World on the Winter Soldier, also pretty scary. 4 AM on their Mantis. They love this character. Sia-chan and 4 AM, both big Mantis fans. Carbon Dynamite will be playing the Lunar Snow, and Xyluno is playing the Magneto. Already trying to pressure into the throne room. High ground taken by Coldharbour as they try to take control over AFBS. Trying to put the pressure on that Star-Lord from Spiverson. Taken down here. Divine Diff already finding a first elimination there. Getting a second with the help of Xyluno. And Divine Diff single-handedly managed to achieve the Hela ban in their last series. Just so dominant on this character. Avenger Watch, they were very nearly able to get the win over Coldharbour by putting so much pressure onto Divine Diff that they weren't able to just perform. They got like close to 30 eliminations in one game, and then when they also started targeting Divine Diff, it went down to about 18. And that's the difference we are seeing here. Divine Diff trying to get the shots onto Spiverson. Urameshi also dropping low as they try to apply the pressure, back it out to the rest of their team so they can get healed up before they re-dive in. Into the backline. Gamma burst and disengage. Currently position was taken by Coldharbour, but they've been forced up to the high ground, allowing AFBS to take control. Bladyfan trading shots onto the high ground as Divine Diff takes out Sia-chan on the backline. Here comes 4 AM with the Soul Rejuvenation, allowing them to push down into the low ground to take out Urameshi as Coldharbour look to try and retake the point here. In control at the moment. There's a Maelstrom of Madness, and Abduck is taken out by Comrade World. Urameshi shifting back. Bladyfan trying to send the shots in the 1v1 versus Divine Diff, as the rest of the teams will come in to give support to their Hellas. Xyluno trying to hold the high ground here. The attention of Coldharbour is split. Chunk of the team on the high ground, Chunk on the low ground, but they're starting to group back up again. Lady Fans on the flank, CHM with Soul Rejuvenation taking the advantage of the fact the 4AM have already used theirs. That was a beautiful interrupt onto the Galactic Legend, shutting that down as Divine Diff and Blady Fan both take to the sky and try and gain control. That's going to force a fade of both worlds out from Zerk here. Carbon Dynamite already utilized theirs and was taken down as Xyluno is forced off the point. AFBS have reclaimed control and are now pushing back, taking down U9. And Coldharbour forced off the point. AFBS will take control. Most of the fighting on this map has been taking place in the high ground between these two teams. Trying to just take control and get the better attack angle versus the members of Coldharbour. Here comes the portal. Aya Vagamoto finds no one. Meteor M finds no one, and suddenly AFBS just burns several ultimates. Hulk Smash going to be utilized. Coldharbour in serious trouble now. Smitherson has taken to the sky with the Galactic Legend, but they're getting targeted down pretty hard. Taken out by Divine Diff. Urameshi holding the point. Coldharbour, they're still trying to make their way in here, taking out 4AM on the side. Divine Diff taken out the air. Shuts down the dive. Coldharbour will now be forced to group up one more time as they may have enough time for one more push. And Abduck has been able to hold on to their Eye of Agamotto. 4AM does have the Soul Rejuvenation though, and it's just over 50% for both of the strategists of AFBS. Meaning that's a lot of pressure. Currently onto Abduck to try and land that Eye of Agamotto to shut down this push. There's that Soul Rejuvenation sustained heavily in favor of Coldharbour right now as Abduck is solo holding on the point right now in the overtime, getting dropped low. Healing is coming out, but they are being focused down. Cloak of Levitation to get their way into the air, trailed up to half hit points to try and tag through. Eye of Agamotto drops, but cancelled as they are picked off, sent down to 0%. Zerk able to get their Spade of both worlds out in time, but Coldharbour have retaken the point. U9 taking out two members. 4AM will drop. And U9 turning this round right now. Coldharbour have taken the point, and who is left to contest? Abduck. They have Portal, but not gonna use it. Not believing they will make it in time, not even dropping it from spawn. They decide to just let it go over. And Coldharbour take round number 1 of the first map as we head to Odin's Archive. Coldharbour in the lead right now. AFBS have set themselves up. They were so close to try and close it out, but Coldharbour breaking in with the sustain and interrupting the Eye of Agamotto from Abduck, shutting down that turnaround potential, and of course that Fate of both worlds from Zerk coming just a smidge too late to save the Strange. So close between these two teams. Let's see what they do. Are we getting any swap arounds? Not by the looks of it. Everyone just sticking with what they ran the first time. Coldharbour with the lead in their hands. They're going to be heading out. The fast walkers outpacing the slow walkers. Window broken and shots gonna be taken. Finds Urameshi, dodges the stun. Abduck trying to pile on the pressure. U9 meeting them on the bridge, on the high ground above the objective, which has just activated. AFBS, they will drop down first, but Coldharbour are shortly behind them. Bladyfan taken out as Urameshi is taking into the brawl versus Xyluno. U9 sniped Spiverson. But Strange drops low. U9 with a little bit aggressive there. Divine Diff got Siachan, but Urameshi is Hulk smashing here. They want the first control of this point. Chasing down, lands the stun, trying to get onto the backline to finish off that Lunar Snow, but can't chase him down. Hulk Smash expires, and neither team has been able to take control as of yet. Spiverson will activate. The Galactic Legend takes out the double, looking for the triple, can't get Comrade World. not able to find the finishing blow. Bardic Hook came out, not able to get into a finishing blow as Comrade World is taken out by Bladeyfan. Spivison chasing deep here. AFBS going to be taking first control of the point in this round number 2. Going to be pulling back Abduct, sniped by Divine Diff. Divine Diff so scary on this Hela. Finds Zerk as well as they chase down to the low ground. Spivison is the target they would love to get. The Mantis would also be good. Chan dropped low and picked off with the headshot. Now to Spivison. 1, 2. Not getting 3, but it is going to be picked up by Comrade World. Portal coming in to give the team back onto the point as AFBS are still contesting this. They still have control right now, and they would love to hold on to this. Zerk with the fade of both worlds, holding it in for the team. Urameshi returning onto the point. Meteor M from Xyluno, picking up Chan. Ayamagamoto from Abduct for the turnaround to try and get onto Xyluno. But Xyluno is tagging through the fate of both worlds from Carbon Dynamite, keeping the team in the game as Divine Diff takes to the sky. A little bit blocked by terrain, but is still getting the damage output with that Goddess of Death, sending the shots downrange, trying to get onto the Star-Lord. Unable to get the finishing blow, allowing Bladeyfan to go up to the sky. Terrain blocking quite a few of the hits. This is why it's so hard to play Hela on this map. Still giving it the best they can, though. Astral Flock to get out of danger as Coldharbour have retaken the point for the first time this round. Bladeyfan picking up Divine Diff in the 1v1. Soul Rejuvenation. I have Agamotto trying to take out U9 before Zerk goes down, but they'll reload just in time, though, to save Zerk. Spivison with the Galactic Legend. Trying to chase down, has already grabbed one. Xyluno went down as well to Zerk. And Spivison chasing deep. Portal from U9 to give the team time to contest. It's currently 26 to 80 in favor of AFBS. Portal coming in as they make their way down onto the objective. Trying to take control of the point. Comrade has the Kraken Impact, currently the only ultimate available. Spivison on the flank, but just moving so quickly. Kraken Impact! Finds Spivison, reset number 1. Chan is going to be next. Soldier's Fist not landing, but they're still able to chase down. Getting the second, gets reset. Kraken Impact, blocked by the shield, but it gets enough damage through to allow the reset. If they can get the final hit, they do, but they go down. Bladeyfan currently trying to carry for their team, but they're dropped too low. They are outnumbered and will be picked off as Coldharbour reclaim the point on overtime. Spivison returning from spawn. The sacrifice of Comrade World working out in their favor. Snipes on the side. A little bit of harassment from Divine Diff. Trying to get the right angle here. Xyluno in the front line. Breaks the Hulk. Sends them into banner. But they're able to get out with the grenade jump. Xyluno, Meteor M in the choke point. Through the door, but it's blocked by the Shield of Strange. Abduct keeping their team alive, trying to drive them back so they can step back onto the point and try and claim control to win the round, but Abduct gets taken down here. Zerk healing up their team as best they can, but they're being so mobile. Quick Hulk transformation is able to keep Urameshi up, which means they do have a body to jump onto the point and try and force that overtime. 83% currently Coldharbour in control as Chan snipes Carbon Dynamite here. That's a good pickup. Comrade World taken down. Aya Magamoto coming in. Abduct returns to the point to try and help out the team as AFBS are tagging through this with the fate of both worlds thanks to Zerk. The Aya Magamoto of U9 does absolutely nothing as they are cleaned off the point. Soul Rejuvenation comes out to try and touch for overtime. But they are taken out. And we are evened up on round number 1 as AFBS are able to take a round. 1-1 so far in this lower bracket round 12. These teams battling for survival and the continuation of their run to try and make it to that grand final for NA Console. Reminder, you are seeing keyboard and mouse controls because I'm observing on keyboard and mouse. It defaults to the observer, not the player. Carbon Dynamite has that Fate of Both Worlds available. Divine Diff just about to get that Goddess of Death. Sia-chan, Soul Rejuvenation at the ready. Abduck, Aya Vagamoto, Urameshi. A little bit bugs there. Not yet getting that Hulk Smash, but Bladyfan having that Goddess of Death. Spivison almost there as well. No portal for Abduck. Still on the 86-second cooldown. U9 does have theirs, but is saving it. Urameshi trying to be the aggressive force to zone people out. Into the backline. Dropped low and drops the indestructible guard, which is broken instantly here. Nice lockdown onto the Magneto, giving them a little bit of vulnerability. Going to be 4 Divine Diff heading to the sky to try and counter this out, but they're getting focused down by the Star-Lord here as Spivison dropped there. Oh, did not find much. Divine Diff and Bladyfan picking up eliminations as Bladyfan has gone into the sky in their own, taking out Strange. And it is going to be AFBS who are coming out ahead in this battle, taking down 2. Spivison and Bladyfan working perfectly in conjunction to find that double elimination. And Coldharbour are forced off the point. AFBS will take first control. Urameshi transforming back. Abduck returning from spawn as well. Comrade with that Kraken impact. Beginning to make their way in. Spivison trying to apply the pressure from the high ground. Onto Divine Diff. Drops low. Sniped by Divine Diff, winning the 1v1. Meteor M into the backline. Takes out Zerk. And Coldharbour get the double. And are stepping up onto the point, taking out Urameshi, who was dropped into banner and then eliminated. Down goes Abduck. Bladyfan is causing a lot of pressure though. Astral Flock taken down though with the chase. A Divine Diff trying to snipe anyone on range to try and stagger those eliminations to make it so that they can't step back onto the point. Coldharbour are starting to hold 41-13 with Coldharbour in control. Portal into the backline. Shields to allow them out through the gateway. Spivison on the flank gets the elimination. Aya Vagamoto from Abduck, Blaster Barrage in the backline, but Spivison dropped incredibly low, has to go for those double rolls to get out of danger. Here comes Comrade World onto Spivison, needs to get that final hit though for the elimination, which he will do. Gets the reset into the backline onto Zerg, gets strategist number 1, and Sia-chan, no, please, mercy, Soldier's Fist completely isolated. Abduck coming in and Kraken impact, thinking about going back to their team. Can't find any enemies as Coldharbour hold once again. 41-51 right now. Coldharbour in control and in the lead. Spivison wrapping around on the flank. Looking for a chance to strike. Galactic Legend wide and low on the flank, trying to make it hard for them to get picked off here. Into the back line, takes out 1. You can see Strange is trying to interrupt them with the Cloak of Levitation as into the back line they go. Onto 4 AM, Blaster Barrage, focused down and picked off. Zerk was unable to get to them to keep them up. Meteor M from Xyluno, blocked by Abduck. And Xyluno will certainly fall here. They're buying as much time as they can with the shield. They actually do take down 4 AM here. Sia-chan, sorry. 4 AM keeping them up, and Xyluno actually tanks that. Chasing down Spivison, gets the pickup. And Coldharbour hold. That's going to be game number 1 going over to Coldharbour. Looking a little shaky with that Galactic Legend, but they tanked through, kept enough people up, and the Magneto trusting their team to get there in time to roll on in and allow them to turn that around and finish off the remaining members of AFBS. AFBS, sorry. MVP, Divine Diff. We talked about it. 24 eliminations, 33 eliminations, 24 final hits, 21k damage, 3k more than Bladyfan. This is what we've been talking about. Divine Diff is earning these bans basically every game. So do not be surprised if we see them removed for the 2nd game in a row. Damage blocked. 36k, U9 just getting ahead of Abduck. 2k difference between them. And Abduck, only 2k more than Xyluno. Xyluno, only 2k more than Urameshi. Very close between these teams. Looking at the healing. 25k is going to be the top healing for Carbon Dynamite. But Zerk, 22k, but getting eliminated 2 less times. Meaning that they were on the board for a little bit longer, but it did not matter in this case. The extra healing did work out. 4 AM played well and also got, you can see there's an elimination difference as well. 4 AM and Carbon Dynamite getting 5 eliminations between them. Sia-chan and Zerk only getting 3. Making that little bit of a difference up there. In terms of getting eliminated, 15 to 15, exactly the same. The strategists both being on the board for an equal amount of time between them. Difference is, we see a little bit more value out of Coldharbour as they stayed on the board for longer. That's going to be game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying, please remember that you can like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell, all the classic stuff. Excuse me, to show that you are showing your support and help this channel grow. I am aiming to hopefully, I know it's ambitious, but we're currently on, hang on, I can look at the maths here. I am currently on, at the time of recording this, which is several days ago, I am on 4,480 subs. I would love to try and get to 5,000 subs before Season 1 begins, which at the time of recording this is about a week away. So, sorry, at the time of this we uploaded will be about a week away. There is a chance. So if you want to help out, it would be so appreciated if you could be someone to help take the channel over the 9% of people who watch who are subscribed, and maybe try and get us up to 10%. That would be super appreciated. You can also share this with your friends and ask for them to subscribe as well if they like their Marvel Rivals casting, and hopefully they'll enjoy and stick around, drop a subscription themselves. You can also like and comment, which helps boost this and send it out to other people who knows, maybe they will subscribe as well. So please help me out with that. If you also want to support, you can become a member to get videos early whenever possible. And you can hit that thanks button if you just want to send a one-off donation. All right, that's going to be game number 1. Let's get ourselves set up for game number 2 in this best of 5 lower bracket round 12 for Console North America. It is time for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Coldharbour. Excuse me, my throat just went super weird there for a second. Coldharbour currently 1-0 up in this best of 5. They are now on the left. AFBS now on the right as we are heading to Hell's Heaven. Hawkeye and Magic are going to be taken away here. What do we see as the protections? The Magic being consistently banned out, but this, of course, they're giving AFBS, they're giving Divine Diff the option to pick up that Hela again. Oh, that is risky. Coldharbour, they are allowing AFBS, if they wish, to take that Hela away. Blade Fan, though, looking like they still want it, even though Divine Diff did score higher last game. They may just let it go. AFBS. No save at all. They keep the options open. Now for their ban. Do they take away the Hela? Do they take away an Iron Man? Because Hulk still available, as is Strange. There are a lot of powerful team-ups in Season 0. What is going to be the target? They remove Lunar Snow. Okay. Trying to target out the healers. There goes Bruce. This does mean that both teams will once again be going in for the Hela. Very unlikely for us to see the Iron Man return again. And yeah, Brave. They let it go. Divine Diff. Are they going to make them regret that? Both teams with the Hela. Comrade World sticking with that Winter Soldier. Spivison on the Psylocke this time. Zerk moving over to the Loki. Coldharbour, they have yet to decide their second healer, but it's 4 AM, so we're probably going to see Mantis. I must say, dear 4 AM, you're becoming a little predictable. Indeed. Mantis it is. Not too surprising. Mantis is very, very strong, just in general. Siechan, currently hovering the Jeffbird, that's likely for rollout speed. It is really surprising to me that we do not see, excuse me, the rollout strategies from the Rocket Raccoons. It's 25 extra HP, but that could be the difference between life and being eliminated here. So getting that extra armor by throwing the BRB in spawn and then swapping to another character so the armor persists is something that happened on almost every PC region, but almost none of the console regions. Speed boost for Jeff, Siechan. Oh, actually, speed boost, but they're portaling, so not entirely sure that that was useful. Probably felt good, though. Literally no harm in it. No harm at all. Siechan sending shots. Mantis, really high damage output, so trying to get what they can. Comrade World, though, if they find a bionic hook here, then they're going to take this first fight for their team. Looking for one. Gets onto the perfect target, gets Hela, who is able to Astral Flock out of there, though, barely getting out. Blady Fan, maybe a goddess, but just had the fear of God put into them, and that God is a US Senator, Mr. Bucky Barnes. Blade Fan backing out. Drops down, taken out at Coldharbour. Once again, going to take control. AFBS got the first point of control, but Coldharbour taking them out and will claim control back and take the lead. Siludo holding the defensive position. Attack range for Magneto, not that far. Carbon Dynamite keeping the team topped up here. Comrade World dropped a little bit low. Soldier's Fist, abduct, taken down here by Siludo with the melee. Comrade World already getting that bionic hook to bring the Strange in, looking for more. Magneto sneaking past to try and get onto the point here. They're going to touch to try and delay it. Urameshi is a good target. They would much rather get onto Smithson. Smithson taken down. U9 with the flank. Zerk, one shot is landed. Taking out a little bit of the shield from the Strange. Need to be careful, of course, if they get caught by Blady Fan on that Hela, that it's going to be a rough situation. Abduct trying to push forward into U9, but the healing from that Cloak and Dagger make it very hard for them to make their way forward. But now there's their opportunity. They're dropping the Dance of the Butterfly and the Soul Rejuvenation onto the backline, but it's being countered out here by a little bit of an overlap here. Meteor M onto the backline. They take down Siechan. Counter for Urameshi as Blady Fan takes to the sky with the Goddess of Death. Carbon Dynamite drops low, will be taken down, as is everyone on the backline. Comrade World, Siludo, 4 AM, U9, and AFBS take control, and they're even going to try and chase down Divine Diff. Smithson unable to catch them. Little bit of an overlap there. 4 AM and Carbon Dynamite using their strategist ultimates at almost the same time, overlapping them, meaning that they did not get as long of a duration of protection as AFBS did. Portal coming in, U9 taking them up to the high ground, Kraken Impact. Aya Magamoto's coming out, Abtux is the one that goes off though. But Comrade looking for a reset, unable to find it. Divine Diff has taken to the sky and is driving back the members of AFBS, but not able to find any more finishing blows. United Abduct, both the strangers, the only ones ready to fall in that fight. They try to burn through. Urameshi taken out by 4 AM, who's barely standing, trying to keep Comrade World up, but they are holding. Dive onto the backline, keeping the teams topped up. Supporting the supports. They are very paranoid about Spiverson, and for good reason. They are there, piling on pressure. Forcing them off the point. AFBS in overtime, able to claim back. It's 99 to 55 right now in favor of Coldharbour, but AFBS hold the point. Spiverson on the flank, spotted, will back away. Does not want to get caught away from their team. 4 AM topping them up. Setting a couple shots in. Carbon Dynamite has the Eternal Bond. If they want to try and go for the dive, here's a dance of the butterfly. Soul Rejuvenation will be the ultimate used to counter that, to prevent any extra eliminations. Spiverson retreating to the regeneration domain so they can go for a turnaround. Carbon Dynamite still has that Eternal Bond if they want to try and use it for the engage, as Comrade World is getting focused down here, getting healed up. Soldier's Fist onto Siachan. They are taken down as Bladyfan makes their way into the sky as AFBS look to try and secure the point. Eternal Bond getting dropped. Carbon Dynamite getting focused down. They want to try and finish them out of this ultimate, but instead Bladyfan is dropped down into the mist. There is the invisibility. Great Meteor Air onto Carbon Dynamite. Ayamagamoto in the backline. Great setup here by United as Coldharbour look to try and turn it round. Meteor M to zone them off the point. Here comes the clone with Dance of the Butterfly to clean out the defense. Takes out the front line. And Zerg may have just saved their team this game. But Comrade World coming in to try and secure this for Coldharbour. Reset number 1 onto Urameshi with the shield. The barrier to try and hold the line. Comrade World not getting enough resets as they wanted. Bladyfan surviving, taken out, tainted shock. They go down though. It's still overtime. AFBS are the ones in control, but they are so low. The strategists are making their way in to try and hold this line. Coldharbour are getting taken down as they funnel in one at a time, just trying to hold the overtime. But AFBS take round number 1 of game 2. Absolutely smashing performance. Coldharbour. They have the map lead, but going down in this round. These two teams seem to be so evenly matched. Another round going to 99 to 99. AFBS going to be mixing it up a little bit here as Urameshi hovering the Groot within the spawn. They do have Loki and Hela. They could try going for a Thorn, something that the other teams seem to be very keen on, but instead they're going over to Magneto. Maximum sustain, the classic Asia frontline. In the most recent patch that you can check out my channel and see the patch breakdown of the February 19th patch. Strange and Magneto both getting nerfs. Abduct. And Urameshi leading the charge. Eye of Agamotto, one of the only ultimates currently available as Spiverson is wiped out by U9. Divine Diff does have the Goddess of Death and may have to use it early as their focus down, drops low. Great healing area set up. Eye of Agamotto blocked with the shield onto one of them, and the other gets focused down, but they tag through it. 4 AM keeping the team up. Comrade World did go down, but 4 AM is keeping the team topped up with that Soul Rejuvenation. They're chasing back AFBS, forcing them off the point here. Coldharbour, they're chasing pretty deep, though. This could be a mistake. Dance of the Butterfly into the back line. They take out 2. Xyluno, 4 AM, and Divine Diff all go down. Carbon Dynamite is eliminated as Bladyfan and Urameshi are chasing down everyone. Comrade World in the 1v2, trying to back away, but chased down by Spiverson. Nicely done by Spiverson. Wrapping around the back when they needed it. The overextension of Coldharbour, allowing that positioning for Spiverson to work out. And as such, AFBS have claimed the point and will now take the lead. AFBS also pushing out quite far, but they're positioned a little more defensively, giving themselves more room to back out. The blade damage is so huge there. Holding the line. Blade fan. Tanking as best they can. Forced a Goddess of Death indoors. Not the best position. There's a lot of buildings surrounding it. They're actually going to be picked out of it very quickly here as AFBS try to back up Astral Flock to get behind the shields, but they're still taking a lot of damage as Xyluno is able to find that pickup. 54-17 right now in favor of AFBS, who still have control as Coldharbour lose 2 more members. Divine Diff to the sky. Meteor M to absorb the majority of this ult. Does a little bit of damage, not able to find any finishing blows there. Divine Diff is shut down, forced to back out. Chase down, 10 HP. Getting healed behind the shield. And Divine Diff lives to be the Goddess of Death another day. There's some irony in there. Map transformation beginning soon, I believe. There's the Soul Rejuvenation. They're going to make their way in. Meteor M for Xyluno into the backline. Takes out Chan. Nothing they could have done to prevent that. Spivison in the backline. Going to be dropping that Dance of the Butterfly. Trying to take out the backliners. Xyluno at 4 AM go down. But that is a beautiful Eye of Agamotto, allowing Comrade World to just reset through everyone there. And on overtime once again. Hold on. Guys? Is there anything they can do about that? I did not know this was possible. Hang on, we're looking about. Is there anything that they can do about that? Oh my god, if they lose because of this? Oh no. There's the clone. Coming in from Zerg, Dance of the Butterfly into the backline. Maybe they'll take out Carbon Dynamite inside the wall. Down goes Divine Div and U9. They're still there. No! Not like this. Not like this. I'm speechless. No way. That's devastating. Oh my god, we gotta rewind. We gotta rewind. Let's quickly run through the stats after this game too. As AFBS even up the map score. MVP Zerg taking that. Not too surprising. Second least times getting eliminated in the game, just behind Urameshi. Carbon Dynamite holding at 5. And still, despite not being there for the last fight, still topped the healing numbers. Well done. Round of applause. Can we take these? No way. Top damage. Blady Fab beating out Divine Div in terms of final hits. Not elimination. Yeah, eliminations as well. And damage. Eliminated the exact same amount of times. Blade Fan getting a redemption run this time. Spivison, though, also putting in the work. 10 final hits, 23 eliminations, and with the clones from Zerg between the two of them, they piled on the pressure on that backline. Top damage tanked. Going to be 27k by U9. Not enough to turn it round. All right. We gotta look. We gotta look. Rewind. We need to go on to Carbon Dynamite. Already in there. Already in there. Oh my god, how long were they in there? Oh my god! No way! No way! They were in there for that long? No way! Keeping the team topped up. They fall down. Up to get out of the stun, but no! No way! At 47%? They were in there this whole time? No way. Wait, Coldharbour take control back after this. Coldharbour take back control at one point. They, like, take it. and like force the overtime. Oh my god! That's devastating. That's so rough. Okay, pause. Pause, 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 pause. Free camera. Back out. Let's watch this. We're just going to try and see this as best we can. I assume here is going to be the gap we want. Like on this little bit. And play. Closed in. No way out. And caught in the littlest gap. There's a tiny gap here. Who knew there was a gap here? That's devastating. No way. Welcome to jail. Carbon Dynamite. Welcome to competitive jail. That's so rough. Me asking where my team's heals are. My heals. No way. No way. That's crazy. That's so crazy. You know what? If that's the situation, there's only one sensible thing to do in this case. You can't get out. You either have to hope your team can... There's only two options to get out of this. You have to hope your team can delay long enough for the map to transform again, or you have to leave the game, DC, and then rejoin and respawn in the spawn point. Those are your only two options there. They decided to hope that their team could delay long enough for the map to transform again. But, yeah, no. When you ask where your heals are, your heals currently trapped in a building. They're trying to get them out. Please, help. Help me. That's so unfortunate. Trying to get out above. Okay. All right, everybody. Let's get ourselves set up for map number 3 in this best of 5. As AFBS have evened up the score. Coldharbour still able to take map number 1. We are on 1-1 as we get set up for map number 3 to see who will be set up for match point in the best of 5.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good...
Map number 3 to decide who will be set up for match point. Spider Island's Convoy, AFBS on the left, Coldharbour on the right. And Coldharbour are justifiably going to be pretty upset. Now is their chance for some redemption. Losing the Hawkeye and the Magic once again. Hella. Just seeming to be an unspoken rule between these two teams that, yeah, we're both good. We believe in our Hella more than we believe in your Hella. Loki going to be protected for good reason. Zerk has been putting on a clinic with the God of Mischief. Cloak and Dagger also going to be protected. Protected by several walls, perhaps? No, that's really mean. Oh, no. Too soon? This game was like 2 months ago. It's fine. Almost exactly a month ago, actually. Strange is going to be banned. Both teams have been utilizing Strange pretty effectively, and the Morn will be taken out. We're off of our dominations, and we are on to the convoys, which means the defensive talents of the Morn are going to be removed. No surprise here, the Hellers make their way in. Oh, and there are some walls. Now I feel less bad. Ooh, Hulk was let through. Spivison looking to bring out the Iron Man, thinking about it. Oh, they're a bit indecisive. Urameshi gives them that Hulk as an option. Spivison. Do we see a Hulk? Sorry, do we see an Iron Man? Almost just impossible to ignore on PC, but console gamers not bringing out a lot of the Iron Man. Looks like no Iron Man for either team. Comrade World, no surprise here. Sticking with the Winter Soldier. In fact, Coldharbour are just sticking with some preference picks. Except for Xyluno, who is going to be forced off of the Magneto and will be bringing out the Groot of their own, Urameshi. Doing the same. Let's see how this goes as they're going to begin making their way in. AFBS on the defense. Sends out the Spore Bomb. And walls to give them space to push up as Zerg has set up the Loki turret on top of the building here. Setting up the firing squad of Lokis to maximize damage output. This will be a little stronger when we get into Season 1 because Loki's ammo is going up from 10 to 12 on his primary fire. Trying to just keep the team topped up in the front line for the moment as Abduck is being the main wall. Ironic because they have literal walls. Urameshi also trying to heal up. Coldharbour making slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Healing output. They're gotta be careful of these group walls. They don't want to get themselves isolated here. Trying to get onto Abduck as they step out a little bit farther. Blady, focus down. Quick retreat out of U9. Regeneration domain, such a hard ability to break through. Nice metallic bulwark there. Pushing back. Unable to get the finishing blow onto anyone. But everyone is dropping so low. Blady Fan will in fact be the first to fall as finally Coldharbour get the momentum they were looking for. Urameshi trying to hold the front line. Coldharbour pushing step by agonizing step forward. Sleep onto Urameshi. Great pull with the bionic hook. And they are taken down. Meteor M for Abduck into the backline, but Divine Diff is now in the air, trying to drive back the defenders. Finding the reinforcement points, zoning them down. Here comes a beautiful straggling prison to get the pickup from Zerg with the clone. Blade Fan into the air to try and defend this, trying to hold it on that final point. Chan is tanking with the help of that Soul Rejuvenation to keep the team up and put them in second straggling prison to hold them in place as neither team is giving up. U9 with the Meteor M into the backline, takes out Blade Fan. Waits perfectly to time out the shield. Urameshi holding the line for the moment. Here comes the Kraken impact for Comrade World. Got a reset off of one Loki clone, but has not been able to find a second. Dropped low and finished off on the flank. Two members of AFBS down, but Blade Fan is returning to keep the pressure on and try and take out the strategists. Remove the healers, you remove the sustain. They dodge the sleep, take out both, but they will go down. Xyluno continues to hold for their team, taking out Zerg, and that is going to be point number 1 going over to Coldharbour. They take control. Spore Bomb to take out the window. As they begin to push up onto Urameshi. Wolves to zone them away. Trying to trap him. Great positioning that time. Xyluno able to finish them off with the help of Divine Diff. Speaking of, Divine Diff takes out Blady Fan. Looking for more, taking control of this central area to keep the pressure on, prevent reinforcements while that cart keeps moving forward. Coldharbour giving it their best shots for the moment. Gonna be backing up. Spiverson on the flank gets annihilated. Urameshi walls up. Getting sustained, but focus down. Wall to block him in and taken out. Meteor M directly onto 4 AM. The shield not enough, and that is going to be the takeout onto the Mantis. But Abduk now trapped far away from the rest of the team. That's going to be a straggling prison, setting up for Divine Diff to do horrible, horrible things to their opponents. That's going to be a soul rejuvenation to keep them topped up. Sia's going to get out of there. Zerk with the clone to allow them both to survive through that. Urameshi once again positioning for the front line. They've got to be careful. Xyluno seems to have their number when it comes to locking them down. Dancing the Butterfly at the ready. Spiverson likely going to be looking for a flank here. Meteor M available for U9. Urameshi. Regeneration domain, going to be giving them the zoning. Here comes U9 into the sky, looking for the right target. Lands it on Magneto, who's dropped low, but tanks through. Abduk tanking through for the moment. Divine Diff dropping low as Coldharbour will be routed from the point with 1.5 minutes to go. Bladefan going to be trying to zone them away, keep them at a distance by taking them out before they can arrive to assist their team. Looking for the right angle. This is a familiar angle. We watched this exact game previously, but it was Divine Diff on this side trying to apply the aggro, and a different person trying to just get the push going. Here comes Divine Diff trying to take the 1v1, which they do. Sia-chan sustaining their team. Goes for a self-damage buff. Keeping the team healed up, regeneration domain allowing them to sustain through here. Soul rejuvenation coming in from Sia-chan. 4 AM has their own as well and will be matching. Trying to allow them to tank on through. Meteor M for Abduk on top, but they're protected thanks to the help of the cloak and dagger. Comrade World trying to get one elimination, but can't do so. No resets for them. As here comes Bladefan blasting through with the Goddess of Death, but not finding the eliminations. 28 seconds remaining as Coldharbour look to push up. 2 members of AFBS are down, but Xyluno is not here. Divine is taken out. Bladefan on a perfect flank here. Quick retreat. Zerk with the Magneto clone. Meteor M taking out U9. 4 AM is down, and Coldharbour have been pushed off the point with 8 seconds to go. Do they have what it takes to hold? Bladefan dropped low, picked off thanks to the wall, trapping them. Spiverson with the Dance of the Butterfly to try and make their way in and keep the zoning going. But Coldharbour are forced off of the point. 1 point, 19 meters, 33 centimeters. AFBS are now in a position where they can set themselves up for match point if they can beat the distance. And they are going more aggressive this time. Groot has been abandoned. They're bringing in the Incredible Hulk, which opens up the opportunity, if they wish, for Spiverson to swap to the Iron Man later on. But they're going to start with the Winter Soldier. U9 was considering the penny there for a bit. Something that's very popular on for the console players. But no, they're going to be going over to that Magneto and Xyluno on the Groot. Sticking with what went pretty okay for them last time. But the aggression has now been locked in for AFBS. Are they going to be able to utilize this to push on in, or will they get zoned away by the hyper defense of the Groot? It's all well and good if you can jump super far with that Incredible Hulk, but if you're trapped with some walls, you have to jump higher, which means you make less distance, and you could get focused down by someone like this Psylocke. Let's see if they're able to pull this off as we are heading into this second round of map number 3. Spiverson out through the door. Taking shots down range. They dodge the spore bomb, taking a little bit of damage from the AoE. Will retreat to get the healing from that Loki, taking a lot of hits actually. Lovely shots as Comrade World has moved on into the Hella. Divine Diff has swapped over to the Psylocke here. Coldharbour mixing it up here. Working though as Comrade World takes out Blade Fan. Landing the shots. Trying to get onto Abduck. Spiverson gonna be taken out. Respawning soon. This is good pressure right now for Coldharbour. They need to hold this to get themselves that match point. Blade Fan taken out again by Comrade World 2 times in a row. Comrade World uncontested right now. Piling on the pressure. Here comes the Hulk. Into the backline. Slept, focused, dropped, and forced to leap away. Pull in though. Great setup by Spiverson, utilizing the distraction. The distraction of the Hulk, allowing them to push on in, and they make perfect use of the timing and positioning. Urameshi even chasing down and finishing off Carbon Dynamite. Making their way in towards first point. Urameshi into the high ground, not going to land that exile. Radioactive lockdown. Not available. Can they step onto the point? Really trying to apply pressure, but the point has been touched. Xyluno makes their way in with that Groot. Urameshi charges up the jump, trying to chase onto Comrade World, who's dropped low, retreating underneath. Astral Flock, if they have to use it, but no, because instead it's Spiverson with the reset, sniping everyone at AFBS. Chasing all the way down, hoping to get lucky. Unable to do so. But now it's a game of distance. 119 meters and 33 centimeters is what AFBS have to beat to get match point. Coldharbour, they have to put a stop to them here. Divine Diff dropped low, will be backing away. Psychic Stealth on the flank. Getting some solid poke damage. Focus down, Man Cannon. And Sia-chan getting the elimination. Abduck into the Meteor M. Tanked beautifully by Groot with the protection from the Magneto with that metallic bulwark. Pushing through. Taking him down, though. The chase is good. Abduck finds what they need. And Blade Fan pushed up with them. Will retreat back to a more defensive position. They have that Goddess of Death. Oh, those footsteps will be heard. This is dangerous suddenly if they step out. In danger, Soul Siphon into the 1v1 versus Comrade World, who's going to Astral Flock out, but picked off. Blade Fan able to find that elimination. Goddess of Death in the choke point to trap them in the spawn and prevent the reinforcements. It's too late. That is going to be AFBS taking game number 3, and they will now be on match point in a 2-1. MVP gonna be Zerk again. Doing some amazing work with this Loki. Not just turning Brain off and only going to be cloning the Mantis. Not going to be doing anything like that. Speaking of which, look at the healing numbers. Only 9k healing for Sia-chan. 21k for Zerk. 16k for 4am. What happened? That is crazy. Hey, it seemed to work. Whatever happened, it worked. I guess Mantis healing isn't that needed when everyone's full health because Loki's doing the work here. 24k healing for Carbon Dynamite will be the top healing, getting some redemption after getting sent to healer jail in the last round. Zerk, 15 eliminations, 2 final hits, 9k damage. Not bad. Almost all the other damage dealers, all the other strategists combined there. Really putting in some work for the team. Top damage blocked. Going to be Xyluno with 36k. Nicely done. Huge absorptions. Divine Diff getting SVP. 15 final hits. 19 eliminations. So many resets. 15k damage just by 300 beating out Blade Fan. Least amount of times eliminated is also going to be Zerk. Stayed on the board. They were present. They were helping their team constantly. Always around, always helping. Nicely done. 53% accuracy on Loki as well. That is very good. All right. That is now match point set up for AFBS. If they can claim map number 4, then they will be moving on to that lower bracket quarter-final. If they lose, we will be heading to a map number 5. Can Coldharbour get locked back in and return to that form from game number 1 and make their way in for this lower bracket quarterfinal? Or will AFBS shut them down? You will all find out after this short break.
Don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you. Who are you to tell me how to live life? In these times, it feels like nobody is right, yeah. So I'ma figure out what else we succeed, and then invest all of my time into that and proceed. I need whatever the hell could make me happy, and I don't think you have a clue what could that be. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that can make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I think this life could be special if I get rid of the devils. They think that I am a rebel, I think they want me to settle. There's nobody on my level, they think that work is too stressful. I think that
All of Jalia will be a potential closing point as AFBS sit on the precipice of that lower bracket quarterfinal. Coldharbour looking to get themselves back into this. Looking to even up the score and take us to that map number 5. Magic has snuck through the bands as Loki will get banned out. Zerk proving to be too problematic. That regeneration domain is just so good. The clones were perfect, not just cloning on their strategist. I realized I stopped what I was saying at the end of the last game, but also sometimes onto the Groot to make sure they got the lockdown. Sometimes onto their own Hela to get the damage output. Zerk just constantly in the right place at the right time. Bruce Banner taken out. Cloak and Dagger will be protected. And the Morn, if you're going for a backline dive, and this is the patch before Invisible Woman was released, you might as well remove the people who can protect the backline. Comrade World, it's their opportunity now. They know there's probably going to be a magic coming in. They're just going to stick with the Winter Soldier. Does have a little bit of crowd control. Could potentially lock down that magic if they try to dive the backline. 4 AM though. Has one interrupt, but otherwise incredibly squishy. This is now a danger zone for Coldharbour, but they're just sticking with what they know. They've come very close and even won rounds with essentially this exact composition. And now they're looking to try and just lock in and claim this map. If they do, we're heading to a round number 5. But AFBS looking to close this out, and Spivison on the magic to try and do so. Just breaking everything right now. Very angry sword.
3, 2, 1.
Starting a portal. They're gonna displace it? No. Abduct. Not going to counter portal them. Little bit of damage being done to U9, but the portal is still dropped as they make their way into the high ground. Moving their way in. Trying to force their way forward. Xyluno with the shield up, driving them back. But while this is happening, Spivison has wrapped around to the other side, into the high ground, in the backline, gets caught by a Soul Siphon, but is able to take out Divine Diff as Carbon Dynamite goes down to Blade Fan. Blade Fan drops down, picked off though. Abduct now on the low ground, seeing where that's where they've rotated to, looking for a Maelstrom of Magic, taking them down. 4 AM, lovely bionic hook, but the shield is still up and they're able to take down the Winter Soldier, and they even finish off U9 at the end. AFBS able to hold pretty effectively here. Divine Diff waiting for the rest of their team before they make their way in. Xyluno on the way, U9 last to spawn after being taken out. Divine Diff, if they could get an early pickup, that would be huge. Little bit of damage. Not enough for any huge finishing blows. Just up and down, up and down. They're in an intense duel right now with Bladefan, but Bladefan is also being harassed from another side. Point has been stepped onto by Coldharbour as they're looking to take it. Astral Flock into the backline, but that means they're forcing themselves into the 1v1. Finding Abduck on the flank, though, could be huge as Spiverson is diving deep to try and clean out these defenders, chasing them down to the lower ground. Darkchild onto the point with the fate of both worlds from Zerk to try and counter it. And Coldharbour have refused to loot a snow once again. They've gone for the Cloak and Dagger and for the Madness, meaning they do not have fate. They are forced into Soul Rejuvenation, and they don't seem to have the protection to tank on through this magic. Spiverson piling on the pressure right now. Comrade gets sniped, quickly healed up though. And Spiverson will back away. Abduck back to the defensive position, holding onto their portal in case they need to return if their team dives in. Going for the wide ramp entrance, not the narrow stairway against the magic. Bladefan taking the shots. Divine Diff trying to take him out as these two enter the 1v1, but there's the dive from Magic, causing the distraction into the backline. Meteor M from Xyluno. Comrade World getting shot number 1, looking for number 2, can't find the reset, taken out on the other side. Divine Diff has taken to the sky, but they're getting completely blocked by Abduck. This is going to allow Bladefan to chase them down, take out Strange, and with 1 minute remaining, we are seeing AFBS. They burned a lot of their ultimates, but they are still holding. Both teams, they have those Eye of Agamottos available. Abduck and U9 ready to try and turn this around for their team. Portal is available, and they're going to try. Going in as a team. Ooh, that portal would have been super dangerous if they hadn't scouted that. Now, they've got it a little bit behind, but there's the wall set up, pushing in. Eye of Agamotto through the doorway, only getting the people on the other side of the portal, but that's all the strategists. Coldharbour are wiped out there. Abduck with the 200 IQ play, knowing that Eye of Agamotto does not go through portals. They realize the only people who are going to stay behind are the squishy strategists, so why not just go through? They make the risky play. It works out with 4 seconds remaining. We're going to see AFBS hold on 48.3%. But that is still a 0-pointer. 2 points of capture on this first round is all AFBS need right now to move on to the next round. Coldharbour, they need to hold this but essentially at 0 or 33%, or it is over. U9 considering bringing out the Venom. I'm not sure how I feel about that. U9 going back to the Magneto. Xyluno. What is your choice? The pressure is onto Coldharbour right now to bring it back in. Comrade World back onto the Hela. Divine Diff moving onto the Psylocke. They know that those ultimates are going to be so huge. The Dance of the Butterflies to try and turn it round for the defense. Xyluno yet to pick. Are they going for another swap? Have they decided they want Xyluno on the Magneto? Looks like yes, sir. So what's U9 going to be picking? Strange and Magneto. Considering it. Running out of time. Groot Magneto. No Strange at all.
3, 2, 1.
Going to be a little late to the point. If Abduck portals right away here, there is actually 2 people not on the point, but they have no way to know that. So they're just going to walk to the side and go for their portal. Ooh, interesting spot. Going for the balcony here. They're going to make their way in. Shield, in case they get hit on the flank. Magic already in the back line. Bladefan was sniped immediately by Comrade World. Numbers in Coldharbour's favor. Into the back line. Blade with the snipe on the Carbon Dynamite, though, evening it up. Looking for more. Comrade World drops low. Chase down. Magic. Ooh, Astral Flock to get out of there. So onto the Lunar Snow instead. Beautiful freeze, but they're broken out of it by taking damage. 4 AM, dropped low, sniped off the point. There's no one contesting them on the point right now. Magneto has to drop down, but they need to be standing on that point because it is ticking up as Abduck is trying to hold the high ground. Urameshi is holding the low ground as Madness is slowly healing them up. They need bodies on the point. No one stepped on the point, and that's gonna be it.
2-0.
Game number 4 goes over to AFBS. They take the series and they will be moving on to the lower bracket quarterfinals. Spivison takes MVP that time. 15 eliminations, 0 times getting eliminated, 6 final hits. In fact, very consistent across the board for AFBS. 5, 5, 6, 6, 4, and 1 for Zerk, who did still manage to top the healing. Good job there, 7k. Top damage blocked, 12k for U9. Double Urameshi. Or just short of double. Comrade World, bringing it back. Divine Div could not find their feet in that last game. Comrade World took it on their shoulders, finding 4 final hits, 4k damage, trying to get it in for their teamers. Again, pretty spread out in the eliminations. They were almost taken out as a team every single time here. 4-5-5, 4-5-5. Just getting blasted through almost every single fight. That was a bit of a shorter round, but overall, that was 100% in favor of AFBS. They seemed to be fully in control that time. And as such, they will be moving on to the lower bracket quarterfinals, where they will play against the loser of either Sweeteners or Sinister 6. But tomorrow, we will be heading into our other lower bracket round 12 game where we have VBQ versus Frenzy Flame. So make sure that you hit a subscribe button and, of course, turn on those notification bells so that you can see when those games go live. You can also become a member, in which case, if you're watching this game when it's public, if you become a member, you will see that game early. Assuming nothing's gone wrong, that cast will be up already, and you'll be able to check it out. For now, though, thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher. Reminder to subscribe if you're not already, and tell your friends. I would love to try and get to 5k subs before the Season 1 games begin. That would be super appreciated if you could help me reach that goal. And leave some suggestions in the chat of what I should do once I reach 5k subs. Nothing ridiculous, but anything Marvel Rivals related would be appreciated. So, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all tomorrow.